Destiny repeating itself is a concept that's very, very common in a lot of anime and manga. Having the idea of destiny being a part of the One Piece story seems very just unusual, and it doesn't really sit right. But we're seeing it time and time again, for instance, when it comes to Gold Roger and Luffy mirroring each other. And so there's this common idea that history is destined to repeat itself, that, you know, lineage carries on with this whole lineage factor that Vegapunk's talking about. And so there was a panel that was put forward, and it's the recent reveal that shows off the ancient kingdom where you have this giant in the rubble in Vegapunk's laboratory. And there's a side-by-side with this giant as well as a side-by-side with Whitebeard. And so they were drawing a lot of similarities to their appearance, and that this whole idea again is put forward that destiny repeats itself, that there's always going to be somebody in the future that's going to carry your will, the will of D, of course. And so if you want to look at these two panels and really analyze them, you could go and say, well, what if this giant from the ancient kingdom in the Void Century is a descendant of Whitebeard, and that they shared a similar fate? And the really cool part about this is that these panels could very well give us an indication of our first details of the Void Century. This giant, if this is true, if this giant is a descendant of Whitebeard, that's massive. That's so cool. And it just, oh my god, it just emphasizes Whitebeard's just epicness, his status. He is the GOAT, the man, like, I've got him here, immortalized for his greatness. So to see him as a descendant of a Void Century warrior, I think is pretty cool. On the same token though, what are your thoughts in regards to the characters that, if this is true, falling into the same footsteps of their ancestors? Do you think it's a bit of a cop-out to have people do the exact same kind of things as their ancestors did? Or do you think that's very, very cool that, you know, generations on, they're fulfilling their family lineage, they're fulfilling their family's destiny of becoming great warriors? I wouldn't be surprised if Oda was trying to give us some sort of subtle symbolism in regards to these two panels, and that eventually it would get revealed that he is a descendant of Whitebeard. That would be pretty cool. But I want to know your guys' thoughts in regards to this whole topic, because like I mentioned at the start of this video, the idea of anime and manga constantly falling into this whole trope where destiny repeats itself, that these characters are fulfilled to carry out a certain destiny that they cannot really have any sort of control of. The biggest culprit of that is Naruto. So to see Luffy fall into the same footsteps as Roger, as Joy Boy, and all these other characters falling suit, I want to know your thoughts in regards to this. And also, is he going to do this to a T? With the way that the story is going, it wouldn't surprise me if Luffy ends up having the incurable illness and he goes and gets executed and falls into the same sort of footsteps as Roger. But on the same token, it just doesn't seem right, because One Piece is so unique and so different. So to fall into these same sort of tropes doesn't seem like it should. But when we see these sort of panels just symbolizing with each other and coinciding with each other, we can't help but be reminded that this is a constant thing in these sorts of stories. And so I want to go and know your thoughts on these two panels. Do you think there is some sort of symbolism there? Or have you found some sort of panels side by side showing this sort of theory that destiny is doomed to repeat itself, that, you know, the will of D carries on with these multiple characters through the generations? Let me know your thoughts.